seconds.
So take it. Okay. Go to 5940 before the slate, okay? So just your slate preview. Wait until
Ready,
5940,
slate.
okay?
Take slate.
Okay, and then ready black, ready your
Ready
count.
black with count.
Okay, then you have your mic on.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Open and bump will be on
4,
playback 3.
3, 2, 1.
Ready, playback 3. Ready,
Playback 3.
roll playback 3 with Zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm camera 2. Mic
Yes. Mike and Q talent.
Hello, and welcome to this week's very special episode
Okay, ready,
of Down with
playback
ASP,
3.
Flying
45
Have a
seconds
with
very
Fetta.
light bump. Roll it. Bring up the bump. Ready, camera 2. And then dissolve back to camera 2. Bring down the bump. Mike and Q talent.
My name is Evan Clark, and I'll be your host tonight as we talk about all things cheese and unmanned aircraft.
Ready, camera 1.
Prepare to be
Take one.
amazed as we show you how to assemble the perfect charcuterie board fit for any occasion.
Lose the key.
Later in the show, we have an amazing demonstration
Ready,
for
2.
you on drones.
Take 2.
We'll be right back after a short message from our sponsors, but don't go anywhere yet. The show's just
Ready.
getting started.
The playback. Ready to dip to black.
Playback 3, right? Don't
Yeah.
You have like
Dip to black.
good animation?
They have a welcome back. I just have the flying with Fetta. Is
Okay,
that?
so
We have the
is there a
welcome
bump
back.
Under this?
Yes.
Where's the bump?
Bring up the bump.
Playing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Marco's got to come on.
Playing. There we go.
Okay, so if I dip it to black,
All right, dip to black,
up on it.
and then up on 4.
All right, we're 20 seconds
forward.
heavy.
Okay.
Play 4.
Play 4.
Where is it?
3. Cupcakes are in 3.
So
Playback
we
4.
got the animation in 3, so
Mhm.
you can't go from
Yeah, that was
playback
my bad.
3 to playback 3. All right, so put the other one in playback.
Okay, I'm going to play the diabetes PSA.
Yeah.
We're 20 seconds heavy.
Okay. Not this.
Okay.
Roll now. This one.
Share it. It's the icing on the
3,
cake.
2,
Church of Jesus
Okay, ready to
One.
dip to black. Dip to black.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes.
Up on it.
That means it could be you, your
Okay.
favorite brother,
Okay.
your other brother,
Coming out's going to be the welcome,
You.
The welcome
your
back.
boss,
graphic. That'll
your
be in
boss's
playback 3.
boss,
It's playback
You.
3. Okay.
your barber,
All right.
your barber's barber,
Nice work.
All right, so we're gonna dip to black after
or
this.
you,
10, 9,
your co-pilot,
8, 7,
your co-pilot's
6,
co-pilot.
5,
With early diagnosis,
4,
pre-diabetes can
3,
be reversed. Take the
2,
risk test at
1.
doihaveprediabetes.org.
Dip to black, then up on playback 3 with bump. Ready, camera 2. And take camera 2, fade down the bump. Mike and Q talent.
Welcome back to Flying with Fetta. I'm your host, Evan Clark. I'm here with our first guest of the night,
Yeah, sorry.
charcuterie professional Margot Boyd.
Ready,
Margot,
camera
thank
1.
you very much for joining us this evening.
Take
Yeah,
one.
of course. Thanks for having me.
Now,
Back
whether
to
you're
2.
party planning or you're planning on treating
Take
that
2.
special someone, you can never go wrong with curating a platter of curated
Ready,
meats
3.
and cheeses.
Take
We have
3.
an excellent demonstration for you tonight on how
Back
to
to
make
2.
a charcuterie board guaranteed to please. But before we get started, we're going to go behind the scenes in Margot's charcuterie board process.
Okay. Ready, playback 4. Take 4.
All the best charcuterie boards start with the freshest, most pretentious
Cover
ingredients.
mic.
And that's why today I'm shopping here at the Green Star Food Co-op.
Like fade to black.
Well, no, how does this package it? What's the output?
45 seconds left in package.
And I'm not
Okay.
yelling, but that's something that's important for you to know. To like know how this thing is, so that you can transition back to
Yeah, that's my bad.
30.
Yeah.
right. Again, stop.
camera 2, Mike and Q talent.
Thank you, Margot, for showing us how you pick out all your meats and cheeses. Now, so I know you have experience with this, but how long
Ready,
have you
camera
been
1.
making charcuterie boards?
Take 1.
I mean, it's kind of a recent thing, you know. It was big. I think during the pandemic, people started doing it on
lose the
TikTok,
key.
and then
Of
at
course,
that
TikTok,
point,
yeah.
you know, I had to
Lose
hop
the
on the
key.
trend. So, you know, a
Back
few
to
years
2.
now, I would say.
So you kind of you
Ready,
have
Fury?
some experience. You
Definitely.
Know what you're
I'm a
doing.
professional. Don't
Take
you worry
3.
about it.
Okay, all right, good. And then
Back to
what do you
2.
think goes into making like the best charcuterie board
Ready,
ever?
1.
Like one that really stands out. It's really got to stand out
Take
from any of
1.
the other TikTok boards.
I mean, I think it's really important to curate what you're putting on the board so that you both like it and that it's aesthetically pleasing. I think that's
Back
a
to
big
2.
part of a charcuterie board. It's not only having good high quality ingredients, but also making sure it just looks nice.
1 minute left.
And also having a little bit of knowledge
Go to
of
t-
like
go to
the
1.
things you are putting on your charcuterie board is great. So that way you can kind of have an idea of pairings and what goes well together. But also it's a great way to try new
Take
things
2.
as well. So
Yeah, and do you have like a favorite type of meat or cheese that you always have to put on your boards?
I love
Take 1.
brie, so I always put brie on
Not
it.
feta, not feta. Brie.
Fetta's okay. Like,
Fetta's
Take
just
2.
okay.
it's okay.
Ready,
But
Fury?
yeah, I love brie. So that I reliably
Take
What about
3.
like a meat? Do you have like a favorite
Meat,
kind of meat that
I-
has to go on?
Take 2.
You know, contrary to the demo I'm going to show you, I don't eat that
Third,
much
ready,
meat.
1.
So
Really?
I'm a big like
Take 1.
crackers, fruit,
30.
and you know, cheese person.
All right,
Take
yeah.
2.
Well, when we come back, we're going to be making our charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Our signature charcuterie board.
This is
So
playback 4.
stay tuned and stay hungry.
All right, ready, playback 4.
It's 3, right? Are we playing the
That's,
again?
yeah.
Yeah, it's in 3. And
Dissolve to 3 with bump. Ready to dip to black. Kill the mics.
Alzheimer's, I'm going to play
And dip to black.
Alzheimer's PSA out of 4.
Julie
on
was
it.
always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour
We are on
ride.
time.
And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she
Thank
had just
you.
read, and she'd have to go back and
Love to
read
hear
it
it.
again.
All right, Julia.
I don't remember much these days after I
Yeah.
read, but less does for me and I love it.
Ready. Ready to dip to black. And dip to black. Come up on the next commercial.
There, we got a clean transition.
There's only 3. These look good. Oh, you didn't get one. Here.
Ready to dip to black. Ready to dip to black.
It's the icing on the cake from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And dip to black. And come up on the playback with bump. Ready, camera 2. Slow zoom. All right, take 2. Mike and Q talent.
And welcome back to Flying with Fetta. I'm here with Margot, who is ready to prepare her signature award-winning charcuterie board. Margot, everything here looks and smells delicious. I cannot wait to try the finished product. I cannot wait to see what you have for us here today. But what kinds of meats and cheeses
Ready,
did you
camera 1.
get out for us today?
So
1.
today, up front here, I have just a few ingredients, little
Ready,
additional
4.
extras. But I brought
Take 4.
fries,
Slow
salami, different like pepper
Beautiful.
jacks and things like that. Up here, you'll see that we have dried cranberries, olives.
right, ready to dissolve to
we
the
got
still
some
store.
meat, crackers,
And dissolve
berries.
to it.
You know, you can really do whatever you want with the charcuterie board. And here we have the elements of
camera
a
2.
good charcuterie board. Always starting with good cheeses and cured meats. Crackers or other salty things, you can do nuts and things like that. If you want to be a little bit healthier, you can do vegetables instead of crackers. Various dips and spreads. This could be jams, dips, whatever you want, and fruit. Dried, freeze-dried, whatever you really like. It's all up to you.
All right, take 2.
All right, and so what do we get started here? What's the first layout?
So the
ready,
first thing
camera
you always
4.
start with the charcuterie board is the largest item. In this case, for us, this is meat.
Take
so
4.
here we have some pepperoni and salami, and you know anybody can put meat on a charcuterie
Take
board,
2.
but not everyone can make a meat roast. So I'm actually going
meat
to show you
roast,
how to make
perfect.
one here
Ready,
today.
All right.
Take
All right.
1.
So we each have cups
Ready,
here.
4.
A great way to start
Take
is
4.
to make sure that the diameter of your glass is about the same as that of the meat. So that way you can get as many rings
4
as
minutes.
possible.
Looks like the perfect size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
And there's
1.
no like set amount of sheets or slices of meat that you want for something
Ready,
like this.
2.
I'll hand these off to you.
Take 2.
If you use a bigger glass, you'll want to use bigger meat, you know, whatever. So you
Then
take a
what's the
slice
first
off.
step?
You take off a slice.
Ready 4.
And then
I'm
you
trying
fold
to
it in
watch you.
half
Take 4.
over the rim of the glass, right? And you can really use whatever you want for this. Like it could be pepperoni or something. You don't want to use prosciutto because like I'm sure you are aware that it's kind
Ready
of like
2.
stringy.
Take 2.
And it wouldn't do very well. You want like a round one so that way it can actually look like petals of a
All
flower.
right, camera 4. Can you get Evan's cup?
I do like salami, so this works out well
Right.
still.
Yeah.
Take 4.
And how many usually go around the ring here?
So for a smaller
All
glass
right,
like
camera
this,
3, can you get
the
both
one
of
that I
them?
pre-prepared, I did about 11 slices.
All right.
But it really depends
camera
on how
3.
thick cut the meat is and the diameter of it
Ready
as well.
2. Take
So
2.
just going around, folding them in
Yeah.
half around the glass until you reach the middle.
All right,
And
back
these
to
are the
camera
petals
3.
of your rose.
All right. I don't think mine's going to come out as good
Take
as
2.
yours because, you know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Take 4.
I've had a lot of practice.
You've had a
know.
lot of practice.
I'm a professional.
You're a professional.
Yeah.
How many awards have you won exactly for your charcuterie board?
None yet,
Alright,
but
take
that
2.
doesn't gonna stop me.
Camera 4, can you go to Margot's cup?
All right. No, I think
Ready,
I've lost
camera
count
1,
here.
take 1.
How many
Yeah,
I've
I
put
have
on.
two, but it's okay. Just go until you reach the middle.
Ready, camera 4.
And honestly, like if you run out, that's fine
take
too.
4.
You're gonna be eating it anyway. It'll all taste good
Ready,
in the end,
2.
you know. All right. So I
Take
used
2.
all my slices here. So once you have it done
Ready,
most of
3.
the way, right? You'll
Take
take
3.
the glass and just flip it upside down in your hand.
Ready 4.
Right?
Take 4.
And it'll be kind of loosely packed.
Ready 2.
If you see it here,
Take
little
2.
salami rose.
There we go.
Very exciting. So when you're placing things on a charcuterie
Ready,
board, you
3.
want to have them
Take
spaced
3.
out a little bit more. I'll add this other one that we made as well.
Ready 2. Take 2.
That's okay.
There, but
We're gonna be. That one's not gonna go with me. So you want to
Camera
put
1, can
some
you
more
zoom
meat
out
on the board. I'll
slightly?
hand you the pepperoni here.
sure.
Thank you.
So just place things kind of far apart so you can get
Ready,
little different
1.
bites of everything as you
Take
go.
1.
And you know, it's always great to have a little bit of knowledge of what you're
Take
putting on
camera
your
3.
board. That way you can kind of pair little bites throughout.
Take camera 2.
Especially if you have guests or anything like that. So I also have here today, I
Ready,
brought some
4.
feta
Take 4.
along with
Feta,
me.
of course.
Yeah. So this is something, since it is a crumble,
Ready, 2.
I'm just going to leave it whole
Take
on the
2.
board here. People can grab at them as
Take
they
camera
want.
3.
We have
Not,
some.
not any sprinkling it over. or
Oh,
anything
I
like
mean, we could, but
Back to 2.
for time, you know. Mini brie bites, this is great
Take
for,
4.
you know, if you have guests over.
that? Those are really cute. I
Ready,
like those.
1.
And if you only have a couple
Take
guests,
1 minute
it's
left.
great to do it like that because you never know
Ready, 4.
how much brie that they're actually going
Take
to
4.
want. So here we have some more cheeses. If you want to start placing them, Evan, you can.
Yeah, we'll
I can get it open.
place a few things of cheese
Ready,
down
2.
there.
Yeah.
Take 2.
But yeah, you always start with the bigger stuff and work your way down to then fill the board from there.
Ready, 1.
I'll move on to some
Take
crackers. Here we have some raisin rosemary crisps. These are from
Take
Trader
4.
Joe's, in fact, not Green Star, but that is okay.
Ready,
30
2.
seconds. Start to wrap
Actually,
up.
it's up to you.
All right, yeah.
And
I'll
then
put a few of these down here, and then
I have a couple mixes of berries here today too. We
Ready,
got
3.
strawberries and dried
3.
cranberries that I'll just start placing around the board. You know, it's just
Take
good to
2.
get a mix of everything. So that way,
Ready,
got little
4.
bites everywhere.
perfect.
Take 4.
Right.
I think this is really starting to
Ready, 1.
take
Yeah.
place here. Yeah. So
And
Take 1.
it's great to have multiple options for filler so that way, you know,
All right, we gotta start
you don't have
wrapping
an
it up.
empty board.
yeah, I think this is. I think
Ready,
our
2, take 2.
charcuterie board is pretty much done.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this looks fantastic. So thank you so much
Of
for coming
course.
on the show tonight and for showing me how to cut the cheese. But
right,
up
ready
next,
to
we'll be
play
talking
back?
to a very special guest teaching us all about drones. We'll be right back.
Okay. All right, ready, 4. And dissolve to 4. Bring up the bump. Roll 3. Bring up the bump, please. All right, and yeah. All right, and take playback and ready to dip to black. Dip to black. Cut the mics. And ready to come up on the commercial. Bring down the bump.
There's only 3. These are good. Oh, you didn't dip one. Here. I have both.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day
Dip to
Saints.
black. Up on playback 4.
I'll
Okay.
never forget
And
the
have
day
ready-
our landlord called and said,
ready on playback
"Read your
3,
lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others.
Camera one,
We're
though.
30 seconds heavy, so maybe in the discussion, kind
How much time
of
left?
don't take us
That's
long.
right, I said it.
5, 4.
3, 2.
Okay. Dip to black and up on the welcome back. Okay, ready camera 2. Okay, dissolve to camera 2, open my Q talent. Lower the bump down
Welcome
just a
back to
smidge.
Flying with Fetta, the only television
and then
series
take it
to
out.
combine delicious appetizers and unmanned aerial objects. I'm sorry there.
Okay, get
We just met
Thomas's
with
key
Margot and
ready.
made a delectable charcuterie
Okay, cool.
board. Now it's time to take flight with our next guest, Thomas Kerrigan,
Okay.
who is here to talk with us about drones.
All right, ready,
Thank you so
one,
much for being here with us
take
today,
it.
Thomas.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
So,
And
Thomas,
take two
I know
again.
that you actually have a lot of knowledge on this topic. So how long have you been flying drones yourself?
So I started around
Ready, camera
2012,
So
2013.
you have a
and
lot of experience.
Yes, it's been 10 years.
Wow.
So it's been a really fun time. Started off with Parrot AR
Take
Drone
one.
2.0 back in 2013 and advanced
Sorry, I should have
around
ready.
to the Phantom
Ready,
line
two.
later. So
Phantom, as
And take it. You're good.
believe this correctly, they're like probably the most well-known brand,
yes,
right?
Ready,
DJI is one of the
Take it.
well-known,
Yeah.
most well-known
Ready, two.
manufacturers of drones.
Okay, yeah, wow.
And
And
take
yeah, personally, the only drone I've ever flown, tiny one, handheld, I proceeded to fly it into my living room wall in like
Ready,
record
one.
time.
You
but
know, it happens.
I can't
Take one.
imagine, how hard is it to actually
Ready,
fly a
two.
full-size drone?
So believe it or
Take
not, most consumer drones are
One, can
very
you move
easy
the
to
shot
fly.
so,
They have
Evan's arm is
GPS
out of
built in, they have vision
Just to,
sensors, they
yeah.
have acoustic
Hands to
sensors.
the right.
All of
Thank you.
that's used to
Okay.
basically keep these drones
All right,
very
ready,
stable
4.
in flight. Now, of
And
course, you
take
could
it.
bring them into a manual mode. That becomes much harder to do and
Ready,
much harder
two.
to fly once you bring them into manual mode.
Yeah, see, my little one, no,
two.
that was all manual, which might explain why it was so easy to,
Yeah, those
crash. But yeah, I mean, and I know like you need like special
Where's the package?
certifications and
Be
stuff
3?
before you can actually
Okay,
fly them in certain spaces. So what is that like?
Ready,
So
4,
all
and take
drones
it.
in the United States are required to be registered with the Federal Aviation
Okay,
Administration. That
ready,
costs about $5, and then
get that
everyone has
first
to take a
graphic ready?
quick
Yep,
little
that one.
test called Trust. And
okay.
it takes about 5 minutes to do. You can't really fail it. But if you want to fly commercially
Yeah.
and make money, you have to take a very extensive knowledge test called the Part 107 certification. And you study for a
Okay,
couple
and
months.
dissolve to
You
it.
look at all the airspace charts and everything like that. You can see we have different charts of airspace here. I have to know
Okay,
what
and
all
dissolve
these are.
back to
All right,
it.
yeah, perfect.
And ready, 2.
And
Take it.
all right, so a lot of people actually have a lot of questions about drones and privacy. So here's a short clip with more on this issue.
Okay, ready, playback 3. And dissolve to it.
The entirety of the national airspace is public and
Awesome.
managed by the federal government. And it's perfectly fine to photograph people or
Okay,
places
the
from a
out
public
cue
place,
is
as long as
wide
there's
angle views that we
reasonable
love to get.
expectation of privacy. You couldn't use your drone to peer through someone's window, for example. But again, most
Can you
drone
turn up it
pilots
just a
can
little
fly
bit,
low
Lucas?
enough to ID you, and the telephoto capabilities you're seeing now are in only 2 drones commercially available to the consumer market, and they cost between $2,000 and $5,000 respectively. So to reaffirm, you or your property are not interesting to drone pilots, and most drones have such a wide field of view, it'd be extremely difficult to ID someone from the air. And most pilots understand that it's bad form to fly super low over people's property, so unless a drone is taking off
Wide
or
angle views
landing,
that we love
it's
to
probably
get.
going to be sitting in that 200 to 400 foot
We're
range.
about
That
to
way
get
we're not
there.
going to hit any
You
trees,
dissolve to 2
and we
in
have
a
some
second.
of the great wide angle views that we love to get.
Okay, and dissolve to 2. And Q talent.
Stick around for a live demonstration from Thomas on
ready.
how these machines fly coming up
playback
when
4.
we come back.
Roll the
you are
playback.
not going to
Bring
want
up
to
the
miss
bump a little
this.
bit more. Dissolve to it. Okay. Ready to dip to black. And ready playback 3. Dip to black. And bring up Cupcake Girls. Alright, wonderful.
Oh,
Okay,
amazing. Look at
and-
that.
And have...
There's only
Say that again?
3. These look good.
Alright, nice job, everybody.
Next up, playing a diabetes PSA.
Oh, you didn't tip one.
Alright, so just be ready to dip to black again, Steven, and come up on player 4.
Yeah.
You're doing great, everybody.
Sharon, it's the icing on the cake from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day
Alright,
Saints.
dip and bring up.
1 in 3
Wonderful.
adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you. Your
We're just
favorite
15
brother.
seconds over, so
Your
nothing
other
crazy.
brother.
Word.
Yep.
You, your boss, your boss's boss. You, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
Or you,
How much time?
your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Dip to black. Bring up the graphic. Perfect. Ready, camera 2. Okay. Dissolve to 2. Open mic Q talent. Bring down the bump just a little bit.
Welcome back to Flying with
Perfect.
Fetta.
All right, and now cut
I'm
it out.
here with Thomas,
Oh,
who just
yes.
talked a little with me about
Perfect.
drones and how to
All
fly
right.
them.
Ready
But
for?
now he's going to actually show us what a drone flight
Oh, yeah.
looks like in action.
Here we go.
Thomas, before liftoff, I want to know, what are some of the rules and regulations about flying these
Oh,
drones?
okay.
Of course.
Ready for?
So one of the biggest rules is you have to fly
Take 4.
under
Okay, ready the key.
400 feet above ground level. That's crucial. Another one of these rules is you have to make sure your drone is registered
And dissolve
with
to
the
it.
FAA. Of course, we always have to pay attention and keep your drone within the line of sight, yield to manned aircraft, and of course get clearance when necessary.
Okay.
Perfect.
And take
so I'm
2.
assuming both of
Thank
these
you.
are obviously meet
Just-
all of those regulations there.
All right, cool.
Otherwise,
Yes.
we probably wouldn't have them
Ready,
in the studio.
one?
But
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No. All right. So what's the big one there, right there?
So
Take
this
1.
drone is the DJI
Ready,
Phantom 4 Advanced. These were made
And
around
take it.
2018 or so. They're discontinued now,
Ready,
but they're
2.
still a fantastic drone that shoots in
And take
4K.
it.
So let's talk a little bit about the
4,
drone.
just make
I'd
sure
love
you're
to.
focused
Yeah, walk me
properly,
through
that's
it.
all.
Awesome, cool. So every drone has kind of like
Ready,
three main
1.
components. They have the
Take it.
propellers, which
4 minutes.
lift the aircraft
Ready, 4.
up. You have your body,
Ready,
which
3,
holds all the
and
sensitive
take it.
electronics. And of course, you
Okay.
have your gimbal down
Ready,
here. I'll take
1.
off this gimbal clamp that
And what is
basically
that?
protects.
What is the gimbal right there?
So the
Ready,
gimbal is
2.
basically used to keep the camera stable
Take
in
that.
flight. So
I
your
know.
camera,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
drone is going to be
I got
tilting
you.
like this
Take it.
during the flight, and this basically
Ready,
keeps
4,
the
and
camera
take it.
facing forwards and still. So you kind of see what
Wonderful.
I'm doing here. Basically keeps the camera
Ready,
where
2.
it should be.
And then how secure is that? 'Cause
Take
it
it.
looks a little flimsy.
You know, the props do bend a little
Ready,
bit, but the
1.
body is made of pretty hard plastic,
Take it.
and these props, they're very secure on the drone. All you have to do is twist them off, put them back on, and they're pretty strong.
Okay, Mike,
Nice
you
props.
can
that would be
move
my
to
biggest
the
worry.
to the other
my history
other
with
shot.
drones.
Thank
Oh
you.
yes,
but
of
yeah.
course.
Ready, 2.
So
and take it.
going into a little bit, of course, you always do your pre-flight inspection. So you always check the ends of your props, make sure
Ready,
there aren't any
4,
chips. You check
and
your
take it.
hull, which is what this is called, to make
Okay.
sure there aren't any
Ready, 1,
chips or
and
dings in the
take
hull
that.
that would make your aircraft unsafe, and also make sure your gimbal clamp and support is removed.
Okay.
So
Ready,
once that's
2,
done and all of your flight
and take
check,
it.
your pre-flight check is complete, we can move on to flying.
All right, perfect. Let's get started.
All right, but we can't fly this one though.
You know, that's kind of a tease.
You know,
kind of a tease, unfortunately.
I know. I'm so sorry,
Ready,
but
1, and
unfortunately,
You know, I
take
get
it.
it.
it wouldn't be safe to fly in the aircraft.
It
but
is. It is.
Fear not, though, because I did bring a drone
Ready,
that
4,
we can fly in the studio.
All right, let's
This
see
is
it.
called the Beta
Yep, just-
FPV. Now these
just get
drones
a
are
nice close-up on
much
the little
trickier
one,
to
4.
fly. They're fully
Okay, take
manual,
that.
so it's going to take
All right,
all of my
ready,
effort
2,
basically to make sure
take
that
it.
this drone stays where it needs to be.
I think you can do it. I'm ready. I'm
All
here
right.
to see it. I'm
You know,
excited.
do you want to try to catch it?
I
at
would
the end?
love to.
All right,
I'm gonna
Ready.
get over my fear of drones right here now.
Ready, 1.
fantastic. Okay, let's
right.
take off.
Let's get started.
All right.
Okay, 1 and start your tracking.
All right, take
And
off.
4 as well.
Feel
Ready,
the wind
4.
gusts over here.
2 minutes.
Take it.
2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay,
All
ready,
right, so
1.
what I'll do is I'll actually
Take it.
start turning this around so we can see us here a little bit.
Ready, 3.
And then what kind of camera does that have on?
Just a little camera. It's not meant to be
Okay,
good,
ready.
but you know, actually,
Ready, 4.
you might be able to
oh, ready.
see us a little bit if we,
Ready, 3.
because we do have a camera, I think, right?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
And
Let's see what
take
that
it.
looks like.
So you might be able to see us, maybe if I drop a little lower.
A little
maybe
bit
not.
of a glimpse of the studio here right now.
Yeah.
I think I
Oh.
caught some headroom there.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah. Okay,
So I'm
ready,
just going
4.
around the studio now. We'll bring
And
it back
take it.
here.
And can we do the picture-in-picture now?
And if you want to try to catch it,
Oh
we
yeah.
might
Okay.
be able to. We
And
might be able to
take
do
it.
that. So let me bring this
Awesome.
back over here.
Awesome, awesome.
And we'll try to land it. I know it's a little bit hard to track with
Okay,
these
ready?
cameras because I'm going all over the place. But we'll bring it back to you
Ready,
and you
2,
can catch it. It might bounce
and
a little
take
bit.
it.
Just do your best
That's all
to.
right.
All
1
right, ready?
minute.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh,
Oop.
yep. We'll bring it in a
Oh,
little
it's
bit
leaving.
closer.
Ready, 4.
And
Take it.
all right, get ready to catch.
There we go.
Great job.
Thank you.
Fantastic
Ready,
catch.
2.
So that's a little bit about how I flew. You can see these sticks, they move like, they don't bounce back to center where you're up and down and you're left to right. So I have to basically be correcting those sticks at all times. So it takes an immense amount of focus. As you can see, this stick just goes up and down and it does not bounce back to center when I take my hand off of the sticks.
That
so
does look incredibly difficult to control.
Okay,
yes.
ready to, and take it.
Thank you. And you remember, I believe we talked about this a little bit in the video
Ready,
that we
20 seconds.
But these guys have,
ready,
these have very noisy motors.
And
These are
take it.
brushed motors. So,
unfortunately, I think this is all
ready
the time
to,
we
and
have,
take
but
it.
A huge thanks to you and your drones for coming on the show tonight.
Ready, playback 4.
Yeah, thank you so much for being there. And when we come back from this break, Margot and Thomas will both be coming back.
Okay.
See you soon.
Now we have to get the credits, yeah? Oh, dissolve to... Okay. Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay, ready, black. Ready, playback 3. Dip to black.
Right.
Bring it up.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Okay.
24:56. We are on time.
She would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read.
Just get credits ready, I think. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, ready to dip to black, Steven? On playback 4.
But less does for me, and I love it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Dip to black and bring it up. Okay, cool.
Okay, welcome back. It's gonna be out of playback 3.
There's only 3. These look good.
Alright, another dip to black, Steven. You know, the normal gist.
Oh, you didn't get one.
Oh, you didn't get one. And Steven, we're going to come back on camera too after the welcome back graphic.
Sharing, it's the icing on the cake from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day
Dip
Saints.
to black, bring it up, play it, bump, perfect, alright. And dissolve to 2, open mic your talent, bring the bump down.
Welcome back to Flying with Fetta. Tonight on the show, we've had
Ready,
2
4.
great guests along with 2 just excellent demonstrations. Margot, you show me how to prepare for any last minute
camera 1,
gathering
tighten
or
up on
party
Margot
that I
a
can
little bit.
come my way.
Okay, camera 3, you need to
look at the
zoom a little bit out
right
on
here.
Thomas.
I really think this is one of the best that I have ever seen.
Ready, 1.
I mean, maybe I'm a little biased because you're on my show and everything, but
Yeah,
I
and
think
salami
it's
rolls on
really...
there.
I need a salami roll.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I really didn't.
Board.
Yeah, and don't worry, I
Holy
come with
moly.
Fetta on
Cannot
there
say
during
that.
the
Because it would not be,
Ready, 2.
this would not be Flying with
Take
Fetta
it.
if we didn't have Fetta. So,
Exactly.
yes, very, very good. I love it.
1 minute.
I love it. Can't wait to try it. And Thomas,
Ready?
I won't lie to you. I was still a little nervous about flying drones, but I mean,
4, go
watching
to the
you fly and
drones.
everything, it was just great. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
I mean, really, still a little scared, but really impressive piece of machinery.
30.
So, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Okay,
I can't
ready,
thank
4,
you
and
both
take
enough
it.
for coming onto the show tonight, and I
Alright,
hope
ready,
to see
2.
you
Awesome.
both soon.
And take it.
That's all for this week's episode of Down with ASP. We hope
Bring
to
the
see you
bump.
all next week, and we hope that
Okay.
you enjoyed the show.
Okay. Ready, dip, ready. Alright, credits.
Just key 1, Steven. Just key 1.
Okay.
So minute to black.
Take it.
Put it in.
Take it.
Okay, so now just background. Just background. So dissolve between your
Or
cameras.
change it.
Okay, dissolve to 1.
Nope. Not preset. And then
Wait, why am I not?
Whoa. Dissolve to 4.
congratulations.
Here, I can change it.
I'm not sure. It was a pleasure to work on this.
Dissolve to 2.
30 to black. We're going out at 28:30.
30 to black.
Oh, wonderful. Alright, ready. Dissolve to 3. Yeah.
28:30.
Dissolve to 2. 15. Dissolve to 4.
10.
Alright. Dissolve to 3.
5.
And then ready, dip to black.
3, 2,
2, 1, and dip to